Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be fighting against a team that I have been seeing mentioned in my comments a ton of times, and people have been telling me that this is always in their top 20s, and it's just like all over a lot of servers. So if you guys are seeing this team, this Twins, Bonnie, SHEMIRA, Ludovic, CYRAN team a lot, then you could probably run one of these teams that I'm going to show you guys and hopefully get some wins. So anyway, let's talk about this first team we're going to use, and then we'll talk about some other teams and show you guys what else you can do to beat this. Now, the first team we're going to fight with is a Bonnie Satrana team, so we're going to go heavy on the dot damage, and we're going to use Niru, Callan, and Lily May. And the reason we're going to use Callan is because, well, he's going to be the rearmost hero, which will be Bonnie's target for her dot damage, and he's going to be able to survive pretty well through that. Plus, he's going to be able to protect everybody here, so they're going to have a tough time trying to spread Bonnie's dot damage. And Lily May is going to be able to block the CYRAN's ultimate, which is just going to help our survivability. And then we have Niru, Bonnie, and Satrana to activate each other's dots and spread the dot damage, and just, you know, do whatever we need them to do to get the kills. So let's go ahead and hit battle, and you guys can see how this plays out for us. So they're going to try to get the dot damage onto our Callan, but he's going to be able to handle it really well. If you're facing a Bonnie team, Callan in the back row as your rearmost hero can be really good for you. So we kill their CYRAN. We've got the dot damage activated on their team. We killed the SHEMIRA. There goes the Callan roar, and we're going to finish off the Bonnie. And yeah, our team really has no trouble beating this one. And you can see that we're dead even in Paragon levels. We both have 4 P4s and then a P3. So very even in power. And yeah, if you guys have these heroes, I would definitely suggest running this team. Oh man, ever since they added the homestead feature, I keep clicking the wrong button when I'm doing friendless duels. But anyway, yeah, this team works really well. We could do more attempts with this. I can't really tell you a replacement for Callan aside from maybe Thoran, because Thoran, one of the ways Bonnie spreads her dot damage is by killing a hero. And if Thoran, you have to kill him like 3 times to actually kill him. So he's not going to be spreading the dot damage from him dying, or at least from not killing his first few lives. However, you won't have anyone connected to him if he's in the back row, and he also doesn't CC anyone, not the way Callan does. So I don't think Thoran would really work here, but we can give it a shot. Let's just see what happens and see how he handles the dot damage from Bonnie. He's also not going to be offering any protection to any of your other heroes here, but we'll see how this goes. And it's not looking good. Yeah, that did not work at all. I didn't really expect it to, but you know, it's always good to test things out. Yeah, that definitely did not work. But anyway, let me set another team up for you guys that you guys can use to beat this one, because I can't really think of a good replacement for Callan in that situation. So anyway, give me a sec, I'll be right back. Alright, so here is the next team that can beat this one, and it's our Meiler Theodore CYRAN team. You guys have seen this one before, and don't worry, I am going to go over replacements for Theodore and also replacements for Seth. But we have Theodore here with CYRAN as his lieutenant, so he's going to get almost an instant ultimate. It'll be like a second or two into the fight that he casts his ult, and then that's going to bring Dark Moon up, which will ignite the enemy heroes, and we'll get the dot damage plus the CC from Shakir, and just all the damage that CYRAN can do. Plus Seth will be, you know, jumping around doing his Predator's Lunge if he doesn't get nuked down, but right away, because he is rearmost hero at the moment, so Bonnie's dot damage will go to him. So let's see how this plays out for us. Alright. So we feed energy to CYRAN. He gets his ult off right here. Dark Moon goes up. That's going to ignite everybody. Hopefully Shakir can get to his ult in a second. And I don't know. Okay, there we go. I was wondering what happened there for a sec, but we just blew them all up. So yeah, this Meiler Theodore team works really, really well. I like this team a lot, actually. And yeah, we'll do another attempt with this setup, and then I'll show you guys some replacements that you can use that can possibly get you some wins too. So anyway, let's just hit battle and see how this goes. Alright, so CYRAN's going to ult. It's going to ignite everybody because of the Dark Moon. And then we did lose our Seth pretty much right away. Shakir, okay, we're good. Yeah. CYRAN is doing most of the work here, and well, CYRAN and Theodore, because Theodore's stripping a lot of their defense, and then the dot damage with CYRAN's damage on top of it is just, it's a lot for the enemy team to try and handle. Now, what do you do if you don't have Theodore and you don't have a Seth? What you can do is put Brutus and Rowan in. So the reason, well, there's two reasons to replace Theodore. Well, I guess they're not reasons, they're just solutions to a Theodore replacement, because Theodore does two really important things. He feeds energy, and he lowers the defenses of the enemy team. So there's no other hero in the game that actually does both of the things that Theodore does. However, we can substitute Rowan in and still feed the energy to CYRAN, because CYRAN does start with 600 energy. Now, if you were trying to do something like this with Faramore doesn't start with 600 energy, so Rowan wouldn't be a substitute in that situation. But since our CYRAN has the 600 energy to start with, it's going to allow Rowan to feed him the energy pot, which will give him 400 energy, getting him to almost an instant ultimate, and then we'll get that ult off, and then it's going to be down to the Satrana and the Shakir and the Brutus to get the kills and finish off the heroes and whatnot. Now, the reason we use Brutus is because he has invincibility, and he can actually lower a little bit of the enemy team's physical defense. However, we're not really doing a lot of physical damage. Shakir's our only other physical damage dealer, so the defense reduction that Brutus provides isn't really relevant here. It's more just the fact that he has immunity when he gets to his first fatal blow. When he takes his first fatal blow, he's immune for 5 seconds, and it's gonna be, it's just good because he just won't die instantaneously the way other heroes like Seth does, for example. Sometimes Seth just dies instantly. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit battle. Now, I don't think the win rate on this team is as high as the other two teams, but it does still get wins. So we get the CYRAN ult. We lost our Shakir. That's really bad. If we lose Shakir, we're pretty much done for. So yeah, that attempt did not go in our direction, but let me pull this team back up and we'll do another one. Alright, so we've got our team set back up, and like I said, with this team, the win rate's not as high, but what it comes down to basically is whether or not Shakir survives to get his ultimate off, because what ends up happening is CYRAN gets his ult like a second or two into the fight, and then that's followed up by Shakir doing his, and Shakir knocks over a lot of these heroes and causes them a lot of damage, plus it just slows down their skills that they're using, and then having the dot damage on him adds a lot more pressure because of the Satrana's dot damage. And then Brutus comes over and he'll do his roar, which will taunt them and kind of distract them from attacking anybody else. So as long as Shakir can stay alive, we'll be in good shape. So let's go ahead and hit battle, and let's see if this one goes our way. And yeah, so Shakir runs up, CYRAN gets his ultimate off. We should get the Shakir. Yeah, there's Shakir's ult. We knock a bunch of them down. Hopefully we can heal up a little bit and stay alive. He's staying nice and healthy. Well, not nice and healthy. He's on the edge of dying, but as you can see, we ended up getting the kills that we needed and finished off the fight with the victory. So that worked out pretty well. And you'll see CYRAN does, I mean, a huge majority of the damage, followed by Shakir, and then Brutus doing a little bit. Satrana's dot damage does do some also, but yeah, the majority of it comes from CYRAN in this situation. But yeah, it's a decent team. The Theodore version is much better, obviously, but you might not have Theodore. Plus, my Brutus in this situation, he's only EX5 Paragon 1, and we're fighting against almost a full P4 team. So we have a P4 CYRAN, P4 Satrana, and a P4 Shakir, and then we have P1 Brutus and P2 Rowan. So if these guys had higher Paragons, this team might actually have a much higher win rate. It all depends, because you know, they have a decent intimidation and inspiration stat advantage against me in this situation, but we're still able to sometimes get the win. So yeah, Rowan and Brutus could be your substitutes for Seth and Theodore, and you could run this team if you have these heroes. And I think most people do have these heroes built up to somewhat of a decent level, because Shakir's used in, he finds himself in a decent amount of Dream Realms, and that attempt went really well for us. So yeah. Yeah, you'll find Shakir in a lot of Dream Realms, so I know a lot of people have him built up. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people have CYRAN built. Rowan's another popular hero that people have, and Brutus, a lot of people have him built up, and you can use him at very low power levels, because he has the ability to just take the fatal blow, and then he's immune for 5 seconds. So it works out pretty good. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys these few teams that can beat that Twins, SHEMIRA, CYRAN, Bonnie, Ludovic team, because I've been seeing a lot of people commenting about it and wondering how to beat it and everything. So yeah, I guess that's going to be about it for today's video. Remember, I have a loot bar link down below, and my Discord link's down there too. And if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy.